past is history, the future mystery. This moment is the gift. Every second.
Welcome, Miracle Makers. You've got us in studio and you've got our full attention. You've got in studio with you to help you make and fully realize and awaken the miracle maker within you. You've got the amazing Greg Larsen.
Hello, miracle makers.
And you've got, oh my gosh, one of my favorite intuitives in the world. He is 10-year-old Tyler Larsen. We're handling as many calls as possible. So we're putting everything on a timer. And even our chit-chatting, we are putting on a timer for you so we can take as many calls as possible. And the first thing I want to start with is I want to share with you why I've invited my son to come in and do these readings the last few shows, or the last show and this show. We have had amazing experiences together. There was a few, just one of several stories that I could share with you is Tyler and I were in two different parts of California. We were both in a sacred ceremony of our own sorts. I was with the Ethereal Society and an interfaith society on the top of a mountain celebrating all faiths and even scientific faiths, atheism, all the major religions, everything that you can imagine that exists. There were so many people on the top of the mountain, and we did several ceremonies and visualized. And there I saw angels, beautiful, amazing, huge angels. Tyler?
I saw one too.
He saw and described to the group, and he was at Bhakti Fest, which is a beautiful festival out in the desert. Bhakti Fest happens every year for yoga. It's a devotional festival. He saw and described to his group, and I saw and described to my group, the same clothing, the same way that they were standing, the same energy transmission in two different locations. And it was a little bit later on that we realized that we had both had the same vision, the same connection, the same field of angels in two locations talking to us. It was quite extraordinary for me. And the next year, the very next year, Tyler came with me to that Interfaith Ethereal Society hosted event on Mount Baldy, and we had Native Americans there, and it was a clear day. And after, Tyler, you want to describe what you saw?
Well, we kind of did like a tiki dance. We kind of like jumped around, and then it started raining.
So it was a dry day, California weather, sunny. We were sweating. Slowly after just we danced, we had a beautiful pipe ceremony, and within minutes, it went from bright, sunshiny day to what, Tyler?
It was raining. It was like a thunderstorm.
A thunderstorm, and we actually could not get off the mountain. We got stuck on the mountain for a little while. Do you want to describe what we wound up doing?
Didn't we just wait in the car?
We actually ate at the top of the mountain, and then eventually we were able to get down to, but it had stormed so much that we couldn't drive down this side of the mountain. We had to like wait in the car to drive down the mountain. It was quite extraordinary. And so there's some pretty extraordinary things, and Tyler even has sound effects for the next one that we're going to talk about. I heard this on the radio yesterday. I haven't fully looked it up, but NASA is looking for people to communicate with aliens. And so if you're hearing that sound effect in the background, I just want to share this with you. I think that role, being filled with someone that experiences love and is truly able to communicate with beings on the other side of everything. And I communicate with angels all the time, with many, many different areas, dimensions. And so I haven't applied for a job before, but I'm going to look into that one because I think the role of someone communicating with aliens is so important. And so, with that little sound you're hearing, we're going to take our first caller. And welcome, first caller. We are so excited that you're here. Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome, Dr. Larsen.
Yes, welcome. Who am I speaking with?
I hope that you're talking to me. My name is Helen Ubinia. I'm in San Jose, California.
Hi, Ellen. We are talking to you, and we're so glad that
Oh,
you're here.
my goodness. I adore you.
Aw, we adore
I
you
simply
too.
adore you, Doctor.
Aw, thank you so much. And we've got I want to help you as much as possible. And so how can I help you?
Doctor, I've been chronically homeless for many years, and things have been tough. I'd like to hear from you if you see any change.
It's so interesting because you have been following the path of, I'm going to call the highest beings. You've been living from this space of really being able to see the goodness in man and humanity over and over again, because despite whatever's happened to you, you have stayed hopeful and in a home in
Yes.
your body. It's and stayed as connected and as trusting as possible. And so I love that you're here on the show with us, and I want to help you visualize and create what you'd love to have and experience as a home. So will you share with us what you'd like to experience as a home?
I would like a place for myself. It does not matter. It does not have to be elaborate. Something I call a safe home, comfortable, so that I and my husband and my son, who is an adult now, but that we could live together. We've been apart for so long because we've been living in cars. I want to visualize that I'm comfortable and safe.
So it's interesting because you've got a marking in your hand. This is what Spirit is showing me. There is something in your hand. Do you want to talk just a little bit about what's in your hand right now?
Are you talking in terms of the markings on my hand that I was born with?
Yes, those markings.
I have a special marking that looks like an M on the right hand.
Okay.
And on the left, I have a similar.
It's very, very interesting because this is representative of the more that you visualize and meditate and really receive. And there is from a younger person that you've helped in the past, and they've helped you a little bit, that went a little bit
Also.
Yeah, a little bit. They were able to help, and then they stopped being able to help. And they're going to be the first ones that reach out and make it possible for you to have a place. And then from there, it's interesting because you're kind of a teacher. You've been teaching a lot.
I am a teacher.
Yeah, and so tell me.
I was a teacher.
So tell me about that a little bit.
Special education.
Yeah.
I taught for a while, and also as a co-teacher, which was a teacher's aide for many years.
And I would love for you to give out, how can someone who wants to help you reach you? So we've got many, many people listening to this, and they need your help. How can they reach you?
In terms of
do you have a cell phone number? Yes. Do you have a cell phone number that you're willing to give out?
Yes. 408 is the area code. 680-9689.
So that's so
is
beautiful.
The phone number.
Can you say that one more time?
Certainly. 408 is the area code.
Yes.
680-9689.
That's so wonderful. I see spirit and people reaching out to you. And so, where you are, I want you to visualize with your son and with your husband, and visualize as much as you can with yourself the ideal situation, and phone calls and people helping you are coming in. And within 2 weeks, I see you in a place where you're able to help and use your gifts and your tools and provide for your family. You yourself be able to give. And so I see that fully. And I see multiple paths at multiple times, but I see this is one of those places whenever you've had a great deal of faith come in, it happens so quickly for you. And so just trust in this, and we in our home will be visualizing for you as well. And so and everyone in the audience, every one of the miracle makers, you are not alone, Ellen. So I want you to feel yourself in your home with your son teaching, and all I want you to do is visualize. And when people ask, I want you to share and I'm so happy to endorse you based on your energy field. I can feel what a beautiful human being you are, and what you are a gift to any family that takes you in.
I appreciate that so much.
Aw, big hugs to you. And so will you call us back in 2 weeks? We're going to do this in 2 weeks. And I would love to hear from you. And you can, of course, email me at Dr. Sarah at Dr. Sarah Larsen and let me know. And we will continue to work with you, with Source providing for you.
Wonderful.
Thank you so
Wonderful,
much.
Doctor.
Thank
you.
You're so welcome.
I adore you, and keep doing everything you can to help, and I will return the help to others when I'm in the better place.
Thank you so much. I know that's true. You've helped so many already. Thank you so much, Ellen.
Thank you, Dr. Sarah. Good luck.
Thanks. Bye for now. Yay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Baby, I want you to just chime in quickly and share what's going on for you, because I want to take as many calls as possible.
Yeah. It's just, you're beautiful. I love you. You're so kissable right now. Tyler's face was like wrinkled nose.
Yes. And Tyler, what's happening for you, buddy? Because we'll take the next call as soon as we can.
Bubble gum.
Bubble gum is happening for you. Awesome. What's it like to hear someone like that, baby? Inspiring. Ellen, you're inspiring. We love you. You're so inspiring. And so, Jarvis, whenever you're ready, we're ready for the next caller. Come on in, caller. Welcome. It's Dr. Sarah Larsen on the Miracle Makers. How can we help you?
Hi.
Hi.
Is it me?
It is. It's you. Tell me.
Oh, great. Okay.
What's your name?
Well, my name's Hope.
Hi, Hope. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. I guess the first thing, I don't know if I've never called in or any before, so I get kind of nervous. I'm just like, I've been deaf for many years, and I really don't know what direction I should go as far as any gifts I have in a job or career.
It's interesting because you like to make things with your hands and art stuff. So tell me about doing stuff with your hands.
You know, I don't know. I really don't do art.
What do you do with your hands?
Hands. I don't know.
So is it something that you're writing or typing all the time? Because Spirit is showing me you're moving your hands a lot.
Huh. Well, the only time I can think of that I move my hands a lot is when I work out. I haven't had, in the past many years, I haven't worked for many years. I've had issues with depression. I've been stuck for years. So there's not something, and that's, you know, one of the main reasons I'm inquiring. So That's the only thing I can really think of is, when I work
Spirit
out and all
is
that.
saying whenever you're meant to create sort of a platform, because working out is the only thing that's really helped you. Being in motion is the only thing that's really helped you stay out of depression. Every time the
Right.
energy comes up and you start to crash and you get into movement, you heal yourself. And that's when you help others too. And so part of your gift that you're here to deliver is helping alleviate other people's depression. To give, I love your name so much, Hope. To give hope.
Thank you.
And the biggest thing that you can do anytime you've been in small groups where you guys are physically doing something together, and I would love for you to create a small meetup or a small group for those that are depressed. You have so many different things over the 15 years, and it's showing up as about 15 years that you've been working on and collecting data and experiencing, going back and forth from a hopeful region to a darker feeling space in yourself. You're actually very, very empathetic as well. And so you will feel what's happening in the environment, and it comes and hits you like waves. One of the kindest people, you're one of the kindest people when you're really fully aware of yourself. People tell you all the time how kind you are.
It's funny you say that because I think my family would disagree with you. That I think when you say I am aware. I think I'm aware of people's feelings and things like what you're talking about because I've experienced a lot of things in my life. So, but yeah. Interesting. Yeah, my family would probably disagree, but
and I would reach back to your schooling and remember when you were in school and how much when you were around people would mention to you how kind you are.
Huh. No, I don't remember that, but
so I would say think outside of, but so tell us what it feels like when you're working out.
Well, it just, it just releases the negative energy. There's just such a big difference. If I don't work out, I feel like I'm just getting worse. I'm in my head more.
And depression is everything pushed down, and you've got depression means your physical body's pushed down, your mental body and your spirit body is pushed down. If you move any one of those, if you do something that's uplifting for your spirit, it will uplift everything. If you do something that uplifts your mind, it releases the depression. And your strongest gift is movement. If you start moving, it makes your cells move, and that movement reminds you of who you really are. And the criticism, the critic, and I've started to say this a lot, which is the negativity sticks to us like Teflon. Anything negative someone said or anything negative we've experienced, we tend to hold on to, and it sticks to us like Velcro. It sticks really hard, and we have to rip the Velcro off. And all the positivity, all the positive things kind of slide off like Teflon. And for you to actively start reminding yourself of all the positive things lifts your mind. And so writing down the things that you're grateful for, writing down, and it could be as little, I'm grateful that the sky is blue. I'm grateful that I can breathe. I'm grateful that I don't have the illness that you're witnessing someone across the street have. It could be I'm grateful that I'm in the United States at this time, or whichever country you might be in, and versus being in a war-torn region. Or something along those lines. and making your positive emotions the ones that uplift you stick. And Tyler, go ahead, baby.
Okay.
I like moving around a lot too. I play 4 sports: basketball, baseball, soccer, and football.
And
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
and I think the point that he wants to make with that is write down what brings you joy. Like literally sit down and investigate what brings you joy. Make a list of things, big and small. And I do this with my clients. We sit down and we make what we call a bliss list. Follow your joy. This is a Joseph Campbell quote. Follow your joy, and doors will open for you where there were none. And that's doors inside yourself. The more you're willing to follow your bliss, and also out in the real world with what you want to make happen for yourself. And so, Hope, I'm so glad you called in. I know we've hit our time. Will you keep us posted on Facebook Live or on YouTube? If you're watching this on YouTube Live, keep us posted on what's happening with you. We're here to help you and support you. You are not alone. And I would really actively encourage you to keep, like Spirit is really sharing that you're a very kind person, and your ability to see yourself as kind will help shift some of the self-criticism and self-talk that you're having.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're so welcome. I'm looking forward to it next time, Hope. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye for now. We can take the next caller. Welcome. Hi, it's Dr. Sarah Larsen.
Hi, this is Patricia.
Hi, Patricia. I'm so glad you're here. How can we help you?
So I just heard you speak to the previous caller, and I was so moved by what you said to her, because I'm in a similar situation where I've been struggling to find a job for a year, and the jobs that I did find early in the year didn't work out. And I don't know why they don't stick, what I'm supposed to be doing now, because, I'm out of work.
Yeah.
It's just really frustrating. It's frustrating not to, like in the past, I've always been very confident of my job searches and felt like I was going to find something quickly, but it's just been so, I felt so discouraged about, finding work. So I don't know if I'm just not looking in the right direction, or I don't know.
So it's interesting. So it's on the receiving end. It's on the feminine end. It's funny for me to say this to you, but the energy is around you being very, very feminine and receiving. So tell me what's happening with that. When I say feminine, receiving, taking steps to receive, what's happening there?
Well, I know that in the past I was not open. I wasn't as open as I am now. I'm now more open to receiving. I think I'm in touch with my feminine side now than I ever was in the past.
Right. There was fear around receiving and being hurt by others that shows up really, really strongly. It's so important for you. I love the visualization part, because for you, there's been a little bit of when you were a kid or whenever it was so easy to manifest the next job or the next position or the next place you needed to be, you would kind of sit quietly and it would pop into your awareness what to do. This time you haven't sat still with your awareness fully. And it's really about receiving. The positions that you kind of applied for were, it's a funny thing to say, beneath you a little bit. So it's about reaching up and reaching higher for some of the bigger positions. And so it's interesting because it looks like you could be doing something with, I want to call it accounting, paperwork, lawyer, banking type thing. For a family.
Well, that's the thing, that I was just in a banking firm, and I was being, I wouldn't say harassed, because I thought I was like a perfect fit, and I had to leave that job because I just felt like my health was in jeopardy,
Yeah.
they wouldn't allow me to take my lunches, and they wouldn't allow me to leave my desk. And so it was silly. And I just thought, I'm a grown person. I can't
That
believe
was
I'm
beneath
having
you.
to deal with this.
That's it exactly. It was beneath you. And it looks like working for a family is ideal for you versus the corporate. And there's something along those lines of looking for and examining a family and working with a family. Did that make sense? And
it does.
You're so playful, and I think the highest path that opens up in your field, and it's really a quick reading to share. There's a family that you could be working with, and the languaging to write on what you're applying for allows you to travel as well, so you're not limited to the physical location that you are, that you can kind of travel with them and manage them. Did that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that would
it does. And it's funny because I've had those thoughts, like I've had thoughts guiding me to that, and I'm just like, okay. And I thought I ignored them because I'm like, that's kind of silly. I'm like, where am I going to find that kind of a job? But now that you said that, it makes a lot of sense.
And so you get to live more than one of your passions, which is kind of seeing the world, working for a family, being responsible for less, but helping in a more deep way. And so I'm so excited you're going to follow your heart and you're going to create that for yourself rather than working in something that was beneath you. And so I'm so glad that you called in.
Thank you. I just want to tell you how grateful I am that I was able to talk to you today. Thank you for helping people out there. I'm always moved to tears when I hear you. So I appreciate it. I send you guys love and light.
Thank you so much. Sending you back love and light. And we look forward to staying connected.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now. Yay. Aw. I've got tears in my eyes just for, I love being able to do this. I see us all as one, extensions of each other. So I'm so grateful for UBN helping us to be able to do this, Sunset Gower Studios, and especially for my son and my husband coming in to support the work. Tyler, you're making bubbles, baby.
Uh-huh.
And baby, what's happening with you?
I'm just glad that we have all this, like you were saying, support of UBN Radio TV and Jarvis here, and all the elements coming together to make this experience happen, so you can share your gifts with those who are able to call in.
Yes, I'm so grateful, and so yay! Yes, anything from Facebook that you want to?
Well, Marion said earlier with a big heart, probably love you or something like that.
Yeah.
Helen said, "Thank you, Dr. Sarah. You have made my day, week, month, year in life." And then George says, "Thanks again for helping Helen."
Oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so glad. Yay, Jarvis, we're ready to take the next caller. Welcome, caller. Hi.
Hi.
It's Dr.
Is
Sarah.
it me?
Yes, it's you. Woohoo!
Oh my god. My heart is like boom, boom, boom. I'm so nervous. Hi. My name is Amelie. Hi, Dr. Sarah.
Hi, Amelie.
I'm so honored to talk to you.
Same here. We're so excited that you're here. And how can we help you?
It's funny. I've been listening to the other callers too, and I'm kind of in the same spot. Like we're all in the same spot. I've been looking for a job, and I feel like I worked so hard. I'm actually from Sweden, but I've been here for about 12 years, and I got my bachelor's and my master's, and I still feel like there are these walls, like between me and the world. And I'm just wondering, like, kind of how to maybe move forward, because I feel like I have this passion for what I want to do. I just have a hard time kind of getting there.
It's so interesting because Spirit loves you and you've done so much. I mean, your realm is the communication realm. You are a master communicator. And so tell me about that just a little bit.
Well, that's funny. I mean, I am a counselor, a therapist for, and I love working with children. That's kind of where I'm at. And I've been doing it my whole life.
Yeah.
I've been a therapist my whole life, even when I wasn't educated. So it's kind of like I've always been trying to help people. When I couldn't, I've always been volunteering and doing it that way. So just kind of helping people.
Amelie, it's so beautiful because you've got such a beautiful heart, childlike innocence that's quite extraordinary that shows up. And you speak almost multiple languages. Like you understand what a child actually means as well as multiple languages in there. And you are, and it's funny to say this because it is a little bit of a theme. You're doing it too small. You need to create the tools that you've been using out publicly. The reason it hasn't worked in some of the centers that you've been part of, it's I'm going to say this another way. You've got to start filming yourself. You've got to start sharing. It's your I'm going to use the word PR. You're like a public relations advocate for children, for the things that parents and society isn't hearing from them about what we're co-creating for them is making and you've got different tools and techniques that you've developed out to help kids communicate. And so it's about bringing yourself to the forefront and filming yourself and giving to these children. And it's interesting because some of the adults you work with are more children than the children that you work with.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's funny. But yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I would love to see you develop something online, and it could be in multiple languages as well. So and I'd love for it to give you private clients, which you can do, so that you're not working for someone else and working in different areas. You are creating for yourself. You've created all of these different, and some of the kids you've worked with have grown up to share with you what a difference the short period of time, like 6 weeks with you, made. That the Spirit's showing me that you've gotten feedback from kids as well, and you've never publicly shared that feedback.
Yeah, wow, that's so cool. That's amazing. Oh, it's so cool that they acknowledge or give me the feedback. Such a beautiful thing to know that you made a little bit of difference, in someone's life. So special.
It is really, really beautiful. And so you can change the names and use a stock picture, but start publicizing what you hear kids say that you've done for them and for the parents, and then really give tools to the parents that are acting out to be advocates for the kids. So I would say start a YouTube channel to say something along the lines of what to say to yourself when you're acting out. And Tyler, go ahead.
There's like this thing called the ULS Ice Bucket Challenge, and you either donate $100 to like a kid's charity, or you dump a bucket of ice water on your head and then you donate $10. And like a lot of people who do it, like the profits from the views that the video get, they also don't donate to the kids charity thing.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I remember that one.
Yeah, I think the other part that Tyler is sharing there that's so beautiful is to create a challenge that people could participate in. I think you have some of these tools when you educate or advocate for kids. And could you create a challenge for them? You moved to a new country basically almost on your own. You learned so deeply multiple languages, so to speak, and you work with kids in great need. And so you've got all of these skill sets and all of these tools. And so it's so, so beautiful. I'm so glad that you called in. I'd love for you to visualize as well, to sit quietly and catch the vision. And if you're on my newsletter, for you, I'm going to send out the process that I teach my clients on how to visualize. I'll send it out to the whole newsletter before our next call-in show, so that you're able to see how to do a visualization process, so that you can bring into your field, you can bring in powerfully connection to source, so you can hear directly what is possible for you to create the position that no one can take away from you, your own position, your own place. And thank you so much for calling in. Is there anything?
No, thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. I would really love to get better at visualizing, because I feel like I sometimes try it, but then I'm like, ooh, I really want to send it out in the universe. And then I'm like, but it's not working. So I feel like I get discouraged sometimes. So that would be awesome to get better at.
So awesome. And the process, the visualization process that I'm going to send out in the newsletter is so beautiful, because you just don't get on the train ride of the different thoughts that come in. You just stay available for more and more thoughts. And when you realize you got on the train of a particular thought, you thank the thought and you love yourself up. You thank yourself for noticing what you're noticing. And then you go back to what is source, what is life's, what is my purpose for being here, what's the greatest vision that I can co-create. And you sit, and when it comes to you, you're in tears when it truly, truly comes. So
that sounds amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I really appreciate it.
You're
super
so
much.
welcome. Yay. Yay, Jarvis, we're ready for the next call. Welcome, caller. Can you hear us?
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, I think I'm me.
It's
Yay!
you.
Oh,
Yay.
it's Lee. How are you?
Hi, Lee. So good.
Oh.
And you're saying
it's so great to hear your voice.
Same here. I love us being on air together. You're so exquisite. So how can we help you, Lee?
Well, I guess I wanted to follow up. I know we spoke about the show, actually made one late the other day, and still need to edit it and send it out. But I was like, oh, good. You set the wheels into motion when my guides spoke to you about doing more shows and doing a CD and doing other things with that. I guess I was just wondering if there's a follow-up, if there's more they would like to tell me.
It's really fun because you've got a unique style, and it would be great for you to creatively, you're making this content, making this stuff, but you don't sell even the CD, which you'll sell is beautiful. But I'd love for you to take your style, some of the jewelry, some of the places that you get that stuff from, maybe even some of your own personal collection, and make that available to people online. You've got a lot of stuff. Would you say that's true?
I do. Oh my God, like 300 shows at least.
Yeah.
3 years worth.
3 years worth. And to make some of that stuff available so to put together a whole package of stuff that's already been put together. And then I want you to look around your physical environment and take some of the jewelry, some of the items that you have. I also want you to make those available for sale. The reason,
wow, that's just brilliant. Oh my gosh. Thank you. It's like so there in my face that I can't see it. It's so close to me that I'm not able to see that.
Yes.
I'm laughing at how, my gosh. That's so awesome.
It will bring in all the resources you need to complete all your projects. So make all of that available. And Tyler, go ahead, baby.
Like maybe like a couple weeks ago, or maybe just like a week, we had a lot of stuff in our house, and we like gave away a bunk bed, and we like cleaned up the house. So yeah.
We are purgers. We have been purging and purging and purging.
That's what. Oh my God, that's so wild that Tyler is as psychic as you are, because that is actually what I've been working with. I've been gathering up things that are no longer needed, not necessary, someone else could use it, and it's funny because there's like a turnover. As I'm thinking of ideas, I'm like, oh, that would be really nice to tidy up that, or fix that, or find an organizer for that, or find something specific. People are actually calling up and saying, I have this thing to give you out of nowhere. So it's like a turnaround. As you're letting things go, the things that you need, your hands are open now, and others are delivering the things you need to you, which is a really nice flow.
It's a really nice flow. It's being a great giver and a receiver. And if you're no longer using it, to give it away. You only get to keep what you give away, truly, truly. And Lee, you are so amazing I want you to consider yourself as a forgiveness coach as well. Someone that works on an individual level with people. And I'd love for you to, I know that's a little bit beyond what we've ever talked about, but your guides are saying you're ready to recognize yourself as a coach that can help a lot of people step into deeper levels of love and forgiveness.
Yay. It's a wild thing. This morning I did small yoga class and some one-on-one training, and that's exactly what we were working with. We were working with letting go and forgiving as a part of health. And it's just amazing that is the health. That is the reason why people get sick. It's holding on to something in a certain place, in a certain region of the body, and putting it there for too long until it actually makes something, a tumor, a problem, an ache, a pain, a thing. So working with that this morning, how wonderful, how connected, how lovely. I'm being reaffirmed. That's what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. That's so awesome. You're so awesome.
Thank you, Lee, so much. We love you so much. And I like it when the timer goes off so that we can let you know. But Greg's been silently turning the timer off. And so the timer went off, so we're trying to get as many in, Lee. And I love you,
thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Yay. And we will
love you, and I'll keep listening in. I'm learning so much, even from other people.
Oh, I'm so glad, Lee. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Baby, let it chime. So
Okay.
that I like the chime.
I will
It's
do
great. Thank you. Welcome, caller. Welcome. It's Dr. Sarah Larsen. Welcome to UBN Miracle Makers at Sunset Gower Studios. It's Tyler Larsen, Greg Larsen, and Sarah Larsen for you. Hi. Can you hear us, caller? We'll give it a little bit.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, yes. I'm so glad you're here. How are you?
Thank you. Good. Thank you. I've been listening to your guys' show. I'm kind of like curious. I'm like, let me jump on this phone and see what I can hear. I'm hearing so many good news for everybody else, and I'm just like, well, can I get a little shine today?
I love it. Well, I love your intention, and intention is everything. Where you put your intention, and let's shine you up. Tell us your name.
Okay, my name is Natalie.
Hi, Natalie. Welcome. One of my best friends. One of the people. I love the name Natalie. How can we help you, Natalie?
Okay, so actually, like similar but a little different to a lot of callers. I am just actually tapping into this whole entire new, I would call it secret of laws of attraction, and just going through a lot of changes in my life and growing, being wiser every day, and getting to just really tapping into my purpose of life. So I think the last 5 years have been very intensive on that growth,
spiritually, emotionally, humanly. And I think I figured out what my purpose is. I mean, I don't think, I'm pretty sure. Now, the only thing is, with such a big purpose that I'm holding on, I really feel like it just revolves a lot around a lot of people. And sometimes, you know, you put your all. It's exciting to hear people get excited for you to, you know, make a change in their life and make an impact and be a good influence and, you know, all the above. But I apologize, I'm walking, so I tend to run out of breath shortly. So that's why it sounds like I'm running out of breath, but I'm going to sit down. So anyhow, so I guess I'm just looking for some guidance on my own personal satisfaction. I feel that at the end of the day, it's just, even though I have a lot of satisfaction, I feel a little lonely, you know, and I don't know if I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to, why is the loneliness coming?
It's such a great question. Aloneness and loneliness and hurt and is when our ego has taken over in some area. And I see the word ego as edging God out. When we get hurt, and God, now I have been there. I have had to let a lot of things, relationships, people in my life, because they weren't at a vibration that would allow me to give to higher and higher capacities. And so you can't get a better result by doing the same things. If you're doing the same thing over and over again, you get this, you know, you're going to get the same result. That's the definition of insanity. And right now, there is a lot of confusion in our environment. There's confusion, and that's what's showing up in yours, which is, what do I need to do in order to allow the friends, the people that are meant for me to be part of my life? And you've had to isolate yourself and go into this alone space so you can connect deeply with source, with nature, with authenticity. And now that you've done that, you can begin to create what you actually want, like the types of friendships, the type of people that you want. And the level at which you're creating now is at the level of your consciousness. To really bring this in, consciously attracting and choosing who you want in your life, who you want to work with you, because you truly are raising your frequency of self-love. You're raising your frequency of ability to give at higher and higher levels, and you're reducing around yourself what hurts you and disconnects you from source. Did that make sense?
That does make sense if I'm understanding it correctly. It's like, and you're right. And I think I came into that stage for a long time. I used to be the one always out there having everybody come in and out in my life, and you know, I think a lot of people go through that, where we just kind of put our barriers down, and you know, and unfortunately that impacts a lot of, you know, where you go in life and a lot of situations, because you kind of adopt everybody that comes in and what they got going on, including energies, et cetera, et cetera. So I did realize at one point that I needed to block all that out so that I can focus on what my purpose was and kind of get in tune of my own, of my own reasoning and what is good for me. But I guess, like you said, it's gotten to the point where I did that for so long. Now it's been 5 years, you know, into this, and, you know, and of course you brighten up on some aspects of life, but then your personal life kind of gets put in the back burner. And now it's this constant cycle, and you're just like, okay, everybody's happy around me. I'm accomplishing a lot. I mean, in the professional world, everything, you know, everybody I'm making very big impacts in life and people, and they're so gratifying with me being around me at the end. And that's where I just feel like,
Natalie, I think you would really benefit from, I have these intro sessions that I do. They're called the Miracle 101. And you can access them on my website, Dr. Sarah Larsen, Miracle /101 101 or dash 101. If you search for it, you'll find it. And what's beautiful about Dr. Sarah Miracle dash 101 / is you can get an introductory session and get real specific. This is what you do first. This is what you do second. In that little session, you'll know what's coming up, like the offerings, the people, and you can avoid a lot of people that in the past pulled on you or caused you to isolate yourself. And so I'd love for you to look that up. And, it's an introductory session for a reason. And I'd love for you to have that for yourself. So going forward, you've got a great deal of insight on what to do next for relationships. And thank you so much for calling. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think we can do one very quick last call. Hi, welcome caller. We're so glad you're here. We've only got a couple minutes.
Hi, my name is Gloria.
Hi, Gloria. What can we help you with today?
I have someone on my baseball team named Gloria.
Oh, I'll try to be brief, but I just started listening to you, and it's just my heart just so warm, and it fills me up with your words and your spirit. I can feel it in my heart.
Oh, I'm so glad, Gloria.
I can't believe I'm talking to you. Let me take a deep breath, but I'd be really brief. It's just my situation at home. We're getting ready to prepare to say goodbye to my mom. Has dementia. We're taking her in the house and keeping her comfortable. But my living situation with the families that don't understand what I'm doing, and I just don't find my voice, and everything I say gets interpreted differently, and I'm trying not to say too much so my voice is not being heard. I don't know how to get my voice heard.
So I want you to create it in the spirit world first. I want you to see with your mind's eye before you pick up the phone to call the family or to connect with them. I want you to give the conversation over to Source, and I want you to see it going well. And I want you to breathe with Source for at least 3 minutes before you actually speak to them, maybe even 5 minutes. I want you to think and put your attention on things that you like and on things that help you believe in Source, believe in happiness, believe in anything's possible. 3 to 5 minutes, and then jump on the phone with them. And this has got to be a practice that you make over and over again. And it will change because you're putting your attention on yourself and spirit and on your happiness and on appreciation before you jump on the phone with them. They're going to feel a better connection and possibility of giving to you rather than misunderstanding you and creating further frustration. The hardest part of this, I think, is both you and your family, the ones that are misunderstanding, want it to go smoothly, but they over and over again are frustrated, and you're frustrated, and so there's been a history of being frustrated every time that you're together. And so if you create appreciation in the spirit world and then in the mental world by thinking about it and loving it, then going in and emotionally feeling with your heart these positive emotions, then in the physical world, in your conversations with them, it will create a coherent heart space. This is the work of heart math and neurobiologists that are sharing this now. If we connect, we go into appreciation, we go into love, then your heart will help co-create the joy and the bliss around you. It will connect you to Source, and Source will do the work because you did the work before you got on the phone with them. And so I think Tyler's going to make the last comment for us on this show.
Don't let the negative things stick like Teflon. Let them slip away stick like Velcro. Let them slip away like Teflon, and have the positive things stick to you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much. We're sending you big love, and you and your family will be in our prayers. And that goes for everyone that was on the show with us today. Thank you so much for co-creating such a powerful show. And you will be in our prayers. And everywhere we go, you're coming with us. We're carrying your love, your vibration, your prayers, your blissful life with us. So thank you so much. Thank you.
The past is history, the future mystery. This moment is the gift.